feast on your life.
Sue might have rejected Ludwig's first marriage proposal at Times Square. But that doesn't stop Ludwig. He is convinced that they are meant to be, having seen her name in smoke. Ludwig gets a job as a construction manager, getting paid adult money. But that doesn't convince Sue to take him. Ludwig starts to work out, chisels his body into a holy Roman statue. But that still doesn't convince Sue. Ludwig starts working at a homeless shelter, funds charities, and even replants trees the following Arbor Day. But none of that convinces Sue. In fact, it kind of irritates her.
You only do things to impress me.
She slams the door in his face, stomps back to her desk, where her typewriter collects dust and her accounting papers shuffle for her attention.
Good riddance.
Shuffle her papers.
Now you can get back to work.
Always work, endless work.
She massages last quarter's numbers to her employer's benefit, feeling bad about it, but making herself too distracted to care.
He loves you, says the typewriter, off to the side, clicking letters against the yellowed scrap of paper rolled within. He loves you, and you love him.
All right.
Sue folds her arms over the desk.
Please leave me alone. I must be mad.
Her co-workers peep inside and shake their heads until the boss fans them away. The magazine won't print itself, she orders. Get back to work.
Ludwig, meanwhile, feels utterly destroyed and decides to end it all, saying, I will go to Europe and find some other Susanna. There must be millions, or I will die trying.
He jumps into the Atlantic Ocean and swims east for 3 days. On the third day, however, Ludwig loses consciousness and drops to the bottom. There is only darkness.
Son! Awaken!
Go away, Dad. His trident shimmers in one hand, while a whelk shimmers in the other. He blows into the whelk, causing an underwater maelstrom to enrage the gods. But at least gets Ludwig's attention.
My dear Ludwig, I'm sorry.
Let me die, Dad.
My son, wake up and fulfill your destiny.
My destiny is to die, Dad. We can't all be gods like you.
I'm sorry.
He hoists Ludwig up with his trident.
I'm sorry I slept with the gentle penguin. I'm sorry you grew up mortal like her.
Stop blaming Mom for everything. The underwater god covers his face with the whelk and trident, reminded of how he had once said the same thing to his father, the god of the sea, Odysseus' tormentor.
You're right, Melaleucho. What I meant is, I'm sorry for sending you away to that boarding school, for not being around more. But you know, my work as a messenger, I had to travel a lot.
There you go again, Dad, passing off the blame.
What else do you want?
The two of them fold their arms. The two of them look at each other, but quickly turn away. Only the sea god turns back around and puts his hand on Ludwig's shoulder.
I heard about Sue.
She's as good as dead.
No, my son, she isn't dead. She's hurt. And you're not dead either. Not yet. And as long as you are alive, you can live for what you believe in.
The boy turns around, almost in tears. He wipes his eyes, then laughs because he remembers you can't cry underwater. They hug. The father hands his son a precious family heirloom, a poem written on a clod of clay, a poem from a St. Lucia poet about finding love after love. The father tells his son that this poem is one of many keys to happiness, but that for it to work, it must be read out loud in front of a mirror.
And one more thing.
Anything.
Ludwig swims even further down, past the Atlantic, past the Titanic, to the very depths of the ocean where he finds the bar of love. His father's voice echoes in his head as he swims towards it.
The bar of love is set too low for you mortals. You must go down and raise it.
Ludwig grips the rusty metal bar with animal strength. He lifts it over his head with superhuman strength. Ludwig launches up and raises the bar so high that the sky turns pink for a day.
Even Sue notices. She goes to her typewriter. She starts typing again. Suddenly, a rock taps her office window. Then another. She looks out.
It's him.
It's him, Soggy.
It's smiling.
Smiling.